do. Get everything readjusted. Where's our lighting? We need better light. So I can see. Stuff goes falling. Oh my God. We'll put this light shining against the, there we go. Now I can actually see the wall. This is a little bit heavier of a dough than we're usually. You're gonna be my timer, because I've got the live stream on a timer. So we got to do this for 10 minutes. 10 minutes of kneading to get it all to stop being shaggy, hold itself together. After about 10 minutes of kneading, we can, it's going to go into stretch and folds, or at least one or two. And then after the stretch and folds, it'll go into coil folds. And that will last several hours, hopefully. Hopefully it won't take too long, because we're using 400 grams of starter, because this batch needs to be fermented today. So that's what we're doing. And because we closed our shop down for the national strike, figured why not make bread instead of trying to do our normal stuff. This, I feel like, is the fun part of making the dough. I don't really care about the artistic side of scoring and making it fancy looking, because I just want the bread. But I do enjoy the kneading process. So how are you guys doing this weekend? Everybody doing okay? Probably not, given everything. Squishy. Abby, how's it going? We are trying not to think about the thing. So just know that we're probably not, you know. We're keeping our brain distracted. The loaf we already made makes such huge slices, and it's still, you can't see it, it's not in frame, never mind. We still have some of the last loaf left. This is what I need done to my back and my neck. Just not angry, aggressive, but just steady and constant. It is already getting smoother, which is nice. You're not going to buy anything until February. Have those things picked out for our visit. Which things? What things? Oh, we're going to do our septum piercing this weekend. Oh, yeah, yeah. So we've gone live for 5 minutes, which means we've done 4 minutes of this. We got to do 6 more minutes because it needs a solid 10 minutes. After that, it's a matter of, is it smooth? This is also a large amount of dough that's going to be split into 2 loaves. Also, yes. We have a dragon storage crate now, technically. I'll let you decipher that on your own. Who needs a blender when you got hands, right? This is so therapeutic for the joints, by the way. Like, the hands, if they get a little sore while you're doing it, but like later in the day, they feel a lot better because it's like, I don't know, you really work them more than you would any other time, I guess. Unless you're playing, like when we play guitar, maybe, but it's not very often. That's some good mac and cheese. This shit makes amazing grilled cheese. Just saying. What are we at? We're at 9 minutes. We still got time. It's already starting to hold together a little bit better too. Where's my bench scraper? I'm gonna need that in a second. Hello, how's it going? Grilled cheese is a staple. Yeah. Sourdough grilled cheese is gonna elevate that, and you're gonna be mad whenever you go back and you don't have fresh sourdough. You're gonna have to, I'm gonna send you some starter when you go back. And this way you can make some. And all you got to do is take care of it. Feed it. And if you're not doing it often, you can put it in the fridge to slow down how often you have to feed it. time are we at? We're at 10:30, almost there. You got to figure out honey and stuff. Oh, that sounds so good. Honey sourdough. All right. Now I have to like bring all this together. It's gonna be so fun. Get off me. It's so much. We have an Aldi's near here. All right. I don't want to. Damn, that's a lot of. I don't want to waste that. Hold on. I can just. I don't want to have to like. I wash in between every little thing, and I don't want to lose quite so much dough because it does add up over time. Although it should get less and less where it's sticking to me. It's got to sit and rest for a minute. Because, like, now that the kneading is done, you're craving grilled cheese now? You've been wanting to do sourdough? Yeah, so it has taken me and my best friend. This is whose house I'm in, is my best friend's house. Together, the two of us are able to make sourdough. By ourselves, we're not able to do it. We have ADHD and autism, and we are also limited with mobility. And then what I'm doing here physically wipes us out. And so we do understand. We have to trade off. Like today, I'm doing all the knead work and all the dough work. But then my best friend Static is going to have to do this the next time around. And she's the one that, like, I made the sourdough starter back in August, took care of it for 2 months, and that's all I did. And then I brought it up here with me to my friend's house. And then, hello, back to you. We brought it here, and she's been feeding it. And then we've been cooking with it off and on, like we've been trading. All right. It's starting to hold its shape a little better. Let me get the rest of this dough off. This is a rest period between, because now we're going to go into one good set of stretch and folds, and then it'll have to rest. And then every 30 minutes, we'll have to do the same thing. So there's really no point in live streaming like all of that, because it'll be like the same thing just over and over and over again. But we might go live again whenever it comes time to shape, cut. We got to divide this in half, shape it, and bake 2 different loaves. But yeah, low maintenance sourdough, you can put it in the fridge. All right, I need a bench scraper, and I need to rinse my hands off. Hold on, bear with me. So sorry. This is kind of one of those inevitable steps for the first batch. Kind of have to go with it. Literally. And because I don't have one of the like face tracking cams, it doesn't follow me when I move. But where did oh, it's right here. So, Abby, since you're talking, look, we made some buttered toast. This is literally a half of one of the slices off of that last bread we made. Like, this loaf. This is the last loaf we made, and it ended up being it doesn't matter how many times I've eaten it, it still smells amazing. So like for the way the crumb looks, here's the way this one turned out. And this was yesterday's loaf. This was actually a larger than normal one too. I gotta wash my hands again, damn. But I can use my bench scraper now, which will eliminate the need for me to actually touch anything other than the scraper. All right. Let go. Used to follow me on TikTok. Yeah, we shut TikTok down actually. Well, kind of. So, because of the censorship and the visibility stacked with the change of ownership, we're already doing YouTube, and we've done YouTube. This is 20 years. We've been at, like, this account is 20 years old. So we're like, yeah, we're not going to delete this channel, but we're going to get rid of TikTok. So we managed to make it to like 19,200 people, and then we finally just shut it down all the way. It's completely devoid of videos, with the exception of keeping people up to date that refuse to leave TikTok. We're putting like one video out to like let people know for the Hell's Bell series. That's fair. They won't let us delete our account. We tried to delete the account a couple of times, and it comes back saying you cannot delete this account while there are pending charges and balances, or while you have a balance. So we looked, and we do not, in fact, have a balance, and we have not purchased anything, and there's no pending transactions or nothing. It just will not let us delete it. And I'm just like, are you holding our account hostage or something like that? Like, what's the point? We already deleted everything. Let us just delete it. Mika only stays on TikTok for husband. She's going to delete videos tonight, though. I would suggest backing them up first if you don't have a backup of them. We are not going to lose our content. We're just shutting the channel down. We'll still be here on YouTube, and we still post to Instagram, and then it posts to Instagram, Threads, and Facebook. We don't actually check Facebook. Kisses from Italy. Hey, Italy. I hope you're doing well. We're making sourdough. So that's what we're doing now. I'm letting it rest. We just did the 10 minutes of kneading. Mostly, yeah, that's fair. So, pardon me while I grab a slice of this sourdough from yesterday. I need a piece. But when we finish this bread, it's got to be split in half and then baked. Actually, we can't bake it at the same time. It's got to be baked separate. We only have the one pan. That sucks. We literally only have the one Dutch. We need another Dutch oven. Or at least maybe I kind of want to free bake one of these. Like, get the dough shaped and just lay it out on a cookie sheet and let it just open bake. You'd have to bake at a lower temperature for longer to avoid burning it. But I kind of want to try that, because normally we're baking at 450, and yeah, it takes the ideal time is about 40 to 45 minutes with the lid on. Ooh, you know what? I like that. I like that idea. A water on tray. I just noticed that was waving on the camera. I'll tell you how bad my ADHD is. All right, how long has it been? It's been almost 10 minutes. Perfect. Let me wash my hands and let's go back at it again. Hold on. Oh, look how much better that's holding together just after a rest. Let go. This is not the tentacle for you. That's the OF channel. That's not for YouTube. Oh, that's already so much better. You see how much less it's sticking to my hands just after the one set of. Yeah, I slapped the dough on the counter and like it went and slapped me with a tinted dough. So now it's got to rest again because you do it too much, it'll start falling apart. And then after, we'll let that rest for another 10 minutes and do another stretch and fold. I'm going to rinse this first. It's like an ever-changing game of rinse, play with dough, rinse, play with dough, rinse, play with dough. Touch something, rinse, play with dough. All right. How about that? Now give me my chair back. I need my chair. I have a kneeling chair where it's like they don't pay much. Oh, emotional damage. Okay, so Abby, things have changed with our visit. Not in the duration, time, or anything to do with you specifically, but due to the change of, well, with Onyx not being here, that's going to change. Does wetting your hands right before you play with the dough help be sticky? Yes, it does. And it's especially good if you soak your hands until they get slightly wrinkly, because your body has a natural waterproof reaction, water resistant. It's a water traction system. Your hands get wet, and within a minute or so, they'll start wrinkling, and that's to give you better grip underwater. It's an adaptation that our body has, right? So you get your hands wet till it does that, and then you can go straight at the dough, and it won't stick to you very much. The longer it has to build the gluten and hold itself together, the less it'll stick to you. So right now it's super sticky, and it'll stick to us. Like if I touch it, it'll stick to me. And if I wet my hands, it won't. But it also depends on your climate. If you're like in a really humid climate where it's really wet, it won't stick as bad as we're in a very dry climate, and it doesn't take but just a split second for it to start sticking to anywhere my hands are not just absolutely soaking wet. So yeah, it does make it easier to be. Now, if I were making a dough that had like butter and oil in it, I could just oil my hands and they'd pretty much stay. It wouldn't stick at all. But this is a water-based dough, and it's going to be just for a normal sourdough loaf. So there's no like fatty oil layer to act as a buffer. So what are we at? 25 minutes. We need a few more minutes, and then we'll be able to start working it again. Because I'm looking at it, and you can see where it broke apart. It's kind of, I don't know if you can see. If I turn it down just a smidge. You see how it's kind of wet and grainy looking? That's because it's falling apart still. After a few stretch and folds and rests, it'll stop doing that and start looking smooth. Which, again, waiting on time. The other thing is we want it to ferment reasonably fast, and so we're doing it in a warm room at room temperature instead of normally this would go into the fridge and stay cold all the way until the next day to give it like a full 24 hours to ferment and get that nice tang. But you can also do it on the counter in 4 to so hours. Yeah. Holy crap. Hold on. I'm going to bring you guys with me. Look at this. Look at the snow. It is coming down. Pouring down snow. It's so much. It's supposed to be pretty thick out there by the end of tomorrow. Oops, I'm so sorry, y'all. I do apologize. Let me wash my hands, and we're gonna do another stretch and fold, and then it's got to go in the pan and do a longer period, or well, under the pan. Under the pan. It doesn't have to go in the pan. Going under the pan keeps it from the humidity. Keeps the humidity. Oh, the way that's just picking all of itself up off the counter every time. All right. And then see, it just very minimal stick. So what's changed about the visit? Remind me on Discord. Do you want to do a Discord call? Midwest? Yeah, I'm in Illinois. It's very dry, but it's snowing its butt off right now. Do you want to just do a Discord call? It might be easier. Give me one of these napkins. Oops. I said nap can, not nap can't. Oh my God. You're in Michigan? Yeah, we're in Illinois. Basically, we're in Chicago. Kind of. We can call when you're done streaming. Okay, so basically to end the live stream, I was just going to say what I was going to do because unlike TikTok, when I'm finished with a TikTok live stream, they go into my private live recordings that I can then download and then post if I want to. But TikTok is not YouTube. With YouTube, your pink leopard onto hey, right on. On YouTube, when we end this live stream, everyone can go back and watch it again, or anyone who was late and hasn't done the live part and are just catching up, they'll see this part. So because it's public, I want to be like, this is the end of this part and be like, so the next thing we're going to do over the next several hours, we're going to do stretch and folds, or coil folds rather, where we pick it up and just kind of let it sit on itself and you alternate. We'll do that for a few hours and then it'll start to hold itself together. Once it's holding itself together, it's got to do a bulk ferment, which will be a couple of hours in like a really warm spot. In this case, we're not doing a cold ferment. So whenever we get to the actual shaping and putting in the oven, we might go live again. If not, we might make a video. You never know. So the only thing that's going to be from here on out is pick it up, set it down, pick it up, set it down, pick it up, set it down for the next few hours, and then bulk ferment for a couple of hours, and then it'll bake for about 45 minutes with the cover on, and then 30 minutes with cover off. Should be done, right? So in the meantime, y'all take care of yourselves, stay hydrated, and I will see you on the next live stream that we do, yeah? Bye, y'all. Peace.